Hello and welcome back to my channel Hooked by Lade. My name is Lade and I'm happy to have you. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that has always bothered me just because people tend to, let's say, mistake them for each other, and that's the difference between knitting and crocheting. Again, today we are going to be talking about the difference between knitting and crocheting. Now, it may seem very straightforward from the tools that we use in working, that a crochet hook has a hook in front of it, like this. You can see the hook like a fisherman hook. That's why it's called a crochet hook. While knitting pin or knitting needles, they are just pins or they are just needles. They are very, very sharp. But regardless, lots of people still end up mixing up the difference between the two. It's either how to use them, or see, you might see someone knitting and you just be like, oh, nice crochet hook. The person will just be like, or you see someone crocheting and you go, hey, what are you knitting? Trust me, in the person's mind, the person is going to be looking at you like, just go. I'll get back to you later. So to cut the long story short, I feel like I've given you a brief of the difference from the tools I'm holding, but because I can multitask, that is, I can knit and I can crochet, I'm going to show you the difference between the two, how they are done. Now, this is not a video that will teach you how to knit though. This is not a video that will teach you how to crochet though. I would of course show you, what they look like, but I want you to be able to, as someone that is starting a crocheting journey, or maybe at the end of the day you might fall in love with knitting, who knows. So as someone that is starting a crocheting or knitting journey, I would like you to be able to look at people working outside and be able to differentiate, like, yes, she's knitting, yes, he is knitting, yes, he is crocheting, or yes, he is knitting. Just don't, please stop it. We are fine. Stop making that mistake. Don't keep giving them to each other. Try not to speak Yoruba here. So join me. Let's get into it. And yeah, and remember to subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's have fun. Thank you. So in case you'd like to know, I would like to quickly show you, how knitting is done, at least the very basics of knitting. You remember, I'm not teaching in this video, but who knows, you might end up, catching one or two things. So knitting is done by casting on, they call it casting on your yarn. You cast on your yarn into, depending on the number of row you want to have. It's just, let's take it as the chain stitch we have in crocheting. So let's say for this project, I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. This is what knitting looks like. Now, I'm not doing anything too serious or too tight, but I just want to show you how, the needles work. Now, to go to the next row, you will, cast it on, bring it in and bring out this yarn. Don't worry, I'm not really showing you how to knit. I'm just showing how I knit and what's done, and I'll be showing you what a few of the rows I've worked on looks like. So this is what knitting basically looks like. I feel like knitting is fun, right? But it requires a lot of patience compared to crocheting. I'm not saying I'm not a patient person, don't get me wrong, but compared to knitting, compared to crocheting, I have a lot of respect for knitters, a lot of respect for them. If you are watching this video and you knit, I am really, really hailing you, because you are doing a lot of work. So this is what one row of knitting looks like. You can see here. This is what one row of knitting looks like, and I'm using a very big needle because I wanted to show the progress, very fast. If you need to buy these needles, these are locally sourced. I don't have them for sale yet, but I'm sure you can find them on AliExpress, on Jumia and all. I don't have these particular knitting needles for sale yet. So So this is what a row of knitting looks like for me. I've not knitted in a while, and surprisingly I still got it. That's the thing about, you know, talent. Anything God gives you, even if you revisit it 20 years after, it's still going to come back to you. So we're just going to play with one more row. I made these two tight compared to this first one because I wanted a different pattern. That's the swatch. I wanted it to come out differently. Oops, I'm picking it up. So as you can see, like I said, I have lots of respect for knitters, man. It's not day job. So yeah, let's use this to round up knitting. I believe that at this point you already understand what knitting looks like. So if you have watched this video, please resist the urge to ask a crocheter if they are knitting, or resist the urge to ask a knitter if they are crocheting. Some people will educate you, of course. Some people have the patience to do that, while others will just smile and tell you, yeah, I'm knitting, because how many people will really be able to explain that to? So yeah, let me just stop it here. I can continue later. This is what knitting looks like. I hope we understand knitting. Knitting is 2 needles. Now going to crocheting. I believe at this point we really don't need how to be told how to crochet, but I just want to show us, you know, how it hooks and all. So crocheting is just, it always starts with a slip knot. It starts with a slip knot like so. Then we chain. You know, if you want to learn how to crochet, just go back to the beginner video that we have. We chain depending on the number of chain you want to have. We chain. Then to build up, if you want to do a single crochet, there's double crochet, there's treble crochet, there's, in fact, there are lots of stitches to learn from. So yes, crochet uses a hook, while knitting is done with straight needle. Now that we have a working understanding of the difference between knitting and crocheting, I trust and I believe that we will not make the mistake of, you know, calling a crocheter a knitter and a knitter a crocheter for now. So you might ask me, what can you do with knitting? And for me, knitting is very, very versatile. You can make your scarves, you can make bags, you can make wares, you can make socks, anything with knitting. Likewise crocheting, but you know, I find knitting to be a little more challenging, and that's because I feel it's for extremely patient people. I try to be patient, trust me, I try, but to the best that I have worked so far, I prefer crocheting. It might be different for you, but honestly, crocheting works for me so far. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch my video. Please subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your post notifications so that you'll be the first to know when I drop my next video. Thank you, and I'll see you.